Hi everyone, I'm here to tell you about an exciting new project, DxChain. So DxChain is the hottest upcoming ICO and is solving a massive problem which has the potential to disrupt the entire database market today. So to understand the problem that DxChain is trying to solve, let's try and understand who John is. So meet John. See, John is an internet savvy guy. He visits multiple websites, uses many apps on his phone. He creates more than 2000 plus data points in a day. These are the data points which are used by companies such as Facebook, WhatsApp, Amazon, and whatnot. So what happens to this data? Isn't that the real question? See, the data that John creates is actually used by all these companies to make a lot of money. They make billions of dollars with this data. What does John get paid with this? Nothing at all. But this is not just the only problem that is there in the market. You, if you want to really understand the problem, now compound this problem. There are billions of Johns. What is happening to their data? They are not getting paid for their data, but that's just one part of the problem. The bigger part of the problem and an essential part of the problem is that only a fraction of this data is being used. See, there is a lack of computation power, there is a lack of storage facilities. So what is happening to the data? It's not really getting utilized. The data is not stored fully, it's not processed fully because of lack of space and everything. So typically all this data can actually be used for machine learning. Machine learning can actually ensure that we have self-driving cars tomorrow. It can be a much faster process if all this data is actually used by the companies or the companies which are trying to build these products. So you see, this is where DxChain actually comes into the picture. Big data is going to meet blockchain. See, blockchain by definition is decentralized, right? The moment something is decentralized, you have computation power which is spread across the blockchain. You have storage facilities which are spread across the blockchain. A lot of inherent problems are actually getting resolved there itself. DxChain actually has four key things which it solves. It maximizes the individual data sets to its capacity. The full 2000 data points that John is creating are getting utilized. It empowers the data subjects to control their own data. So John can decide how much data he wants to share with whom and at what price. It protects the personal data and it has the flexibility to do that. So John's data is John's data. He decides who gets to use his data and he can choose how much he wants to share with different companies. Finally, it also supports business intelligence and machine learning dApps. So any company which wants to use John's data to actually create a humanoid, a robot, which can act like John, talk like John, those things can actually be developed on DxChain. DxChain has created an innovative structure. See, this is the core of the problem. There are It's not just one chain. It's a chains on chain architecture. There is a master chain. The master chain actually has the capability to solve the data computation problem, the storage problem, as well as the privacy issues. There are multiple protocols that they've already developed. They're talking about verification game. This can ensure that any computational task can be done securely, and it reduces the number of redundant network nodes which actually do the same computation. So computation can be done only on a particular node and reflected on the entire blockchain. Similarly, they have the data chain. The data chain actually not only provides the data storage function, but it also gives you the flexibility of retrieving those files at a more granular scale. It's an experienced team working on this project. These people are champions in blockchain. These are experts in blockchain who have worked on blockchain projects. They're co-founders, they're serial and entrepreneurs. There are people working on it who are principal scientists at AT&T Research in blockchain. These are people with experience. If you don't take my word for it, let's go forward and see. These people are backed by the top investors. Look at the names of the investors who are backing on it. So what is the final verdict after all this? There are still a few things. So what is the final verdict on this one? Lips backing token matrix. Only 21 million US dollar hard cap. Compare it with the projects such as SIA, Definity. Much lower hard cap. Definitely a good thing. It's backed by a strong team. I just showed you a glimpse. There are 11 such people there. I just showed you a few of them. These people, they know their stuff. The alpha MVP of this is going to be released before the crowd sale. So if you are still not sure during the crowd sale, You can take your own call. Finally, I believe excellent ROI guaranteed with those token metrics, with those backings, with the strong team that it has, and more importantly, the core problem that they're trying to solve. My score on this one, 10 out of 10. So now you guys take your own call. Good luck.